champion against him, and that's not really been something that Easyhoon has ever been known for. What's interesting about the Faker Easyhoon switch is how much the pick and ban phase has to change depending on which mid laner is in the game. Obviously, SKT would not be the ones banning LeBlanc if Faker was in right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Veigar, so they're not going to first pick it. Madlife has been practicing a lot of Veigar in solo queue recently.
I was kind of wondering where that was going to go, if we were going to see that get through, but it looks like CJ does just go ahead and ban that right away. What will be some of the other bans? You know, a lot of teams lately have just been banning the Nunu against SK Telecom as well, just not wanting to deal with it. Let's see if CJ does.
I don't blame SKT for banning the Mundo at all. We've seen that multiple times this season. Shy is just so good on that champion. He can zone out your entire back line with relative ease.
Seems like Mundo and Lulu have been the two very scary champions for Shy to pick up this season.
Yeah, we'll see if Cassidy goes through right here because CJ does emphasize that pick. And so what are they going to ban? Looks like they will ban Nunu at the end.
Yeah, a lot of
Makes
teams,
sense.
like I said, just not wanting to even deal with it.
Bengi grinning as the Nunu ban comes in.
Well, they've got a plan, and this does leave Jarvan open, and it puts a little bit of pressure onto CJ maybe to go for that Jarvan first pick. Rek'Sai, the final ban, so that really makes CJ choose now. Do they take that Jarvan, or do they grab something else?
I got Lysandra, Cassidy, Lulu, all available.
Lulu wouldn't be bad. I feel like for CJ, Lulu would be a decent choice. Corki, of course, always a strong pickup for really any AD carry.
Bang has an overwhelmingly high win rate on Corki this season, and it has been just a priority pick overall. So do you take that away? I think I think that's more likely. This is a more contested pick, I think. And Space has been doing very well on Sivir as well in general, but it will be the Corki actually. So Lysandra, Jarvan, Lulu, all still available here.
Bengi insta-locks the Jarvan and a Thresh taken in the first rotation by SK Telecom. All right.
A lot of engage in the first two picks from SKT already, so
I think it's smart to keep a Thresh away from Madlife. I'd love to see a Master Yi, but I don't think we're going to see that. Not since Corn Salad like 3 years ago or something like that. 2 years ago have we seen a Master Yi played at OGN.
Hecarim will be locked in very early on. So
I guess Shy wasn't kidding.
Shy was not lying to you,
No.
Doa. Very high up on the priority list. So Cassidy, however, that would show their hand a bit early, I think. Although Easyhoon doesn't really play a lot of AD mids. He does play Jace, but it's certainly not up to snuff compared to some of his other champions. I'm wondering if SKT is actually going to pick this Katarina, and they're going to try and see if they can get it in as at a last pick.
Yeah, I wonder too. Well, Cassiopeia might be the choice as well. And Bang's going to go ahead and lock in that Kalista, but a quick switch over to Maokai, and Marin will take a top laner that he has been extremely successful with lately.
Okay, so Bang on Kalista this time around, mixing it up.
Pretty cool.
See if he can turn that matchup on its head, the matchup that he had such trouble with in their last series versus Najin.
I really like seeing these Kalista games. She's been a really fun champion to watch. Although I have to admit, I have not yet played a game with her. I gotta do that sometime.
Oh, could be Cassidy and Rengar here. They wouldn't have a lot of speed bonus. I would think Lulu would be the better champion in this situation if you want to all-in engage. Especially
Lulu to the mid lane, you mean?
Yeah, Lulu mid lane would be excellent with Hecarim and Rengar just for the wild growth and the additional speed boost that you can get right there. I think that's a better pickup than this Cassidy.
Coco, pretty well known for his Cassidy play, but compositionally, I think it's a no-brainer that the ult from Lulu is going to do a bit more, and then speeding up Rengar and Hecarim even more would help. But it is going to be the Cassidy for Coco. So what will the final pick be? Will Easyhoon?
Cassiopeia.
Cassiopeia in the mid lane, all right. So not bringing out that Katarina just yet. But I wonder if we're going to see that again. The bane of low ELO in Champions, perhaps, today. We'll see if the Katarina makes it through in another game. Katarina's one of those champions that you just have to ban in your solo games because either she's on your team and she's terrible, or she's on the other team and she's like amazing. That's how it always is.
Too true. But
just ban it.
It is always a risky pick, competitive play. Sometimes it can work out, but with the Hecarim coming in there to disrupt you, maybe not the best choice in this particular game. Now, going into this one, they have a lot of peel for Bang and a lot of other threats, so we'll see how well he can get rolling on this Kalista. It's been a little bit hit or miss here in Korea, depending on the player who has been at the helm.
Well, EasyHoon's got an ult now that just kind of stops the engage cold if CJ tries to jump into the back lines, which I think is going to be...
It's going to be hard,
helpful.
though, because Cassidy and Hecarim are probably going to be coming in from flanks, so it may
Ideally.
actually be difficult for EasyHoon to get off a proper ultimate in this particular team fight. If Shy and Coco and Ambition play this properly, I don't think it's going to be quite so easy for the Hoon.
Positioning will need to be pretty good for SK Telecom. I really wonder about Banks and Kalista. We'll talk more about it once we get in the game. It's time, guys. And here we go. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. CJ Entus versus SK Telecom. And like we mentioned before the intro, Bangs Kalista. Now, for a player that's been getting himself killed repeatedly by being too aggressive, jumping in too far in fights, is Kalista really the best pick? And so I think this is really going to kind of put his recent weaknesses to the test.
Yeah, he does have a lot of appeal for him, though, so I think he will have a considerable amount of leeway here.
Yeah. Well, the peel only goes as far as you allow it to, really. If you're going to jump past them, they can't help you very much.
It's true.
The Spang we're talking about here. Sending out the Sentinels early on to keep an eye on things. Those weird floating head dudes.
Yeah, so looks like Marin will be stacking up some saplings here at the Raptor buff for that early advantage, taking out the small Raptors, and it would appear we are going to see the dual lane switch it up here. So Space and Mad Life do not want the matchup versus Kalista, and Thresh makes a lot of sense. Of course, very dangerous matchup considering that Kalista can really punish Corki's low damage output early on.
Yeah.
A lot of auto attacks going in, and
looks like the Raptors are going to get taken by Marin right off the bat. Give him a little bit of an XP boost as he goes into lane, which will be nice. Fans of Coco on the right there.
All right, well, Marin's going to have to be zoned off immediately, though, and this is not the greatest situation coming in here for SKT. They see if they actually got the lane freeze on the bottom side. I don't believe they did. Wolf on the roam right now, but Marin not being actually punished up in the top lane. He is going to be able to get some of this experience at the very least.
Yeah, looks like he's almost level 2 already. Gets a sapling in there. Shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Oh,
and
Coco.
Wow, early action onto Coco here. Forced to burn that flash early.
I don't really know what Coco was expecting right there.
Yeah.
He's playing down onto the weak side of the map right there, and he knows that Wolf could be roaming. That is a pretty big mistake.
He kind of just let Wolf walk right up and flame. That was very odd.
He may have been looking at something else. That was a very strange moment, but certainly should be a little bit more cognizant about what's going on the map, and shouldn't be playing really to that side of the lane.
Yeah. Is that Woong?
Looked like Woong.
Kind of did. I haven't seen him in like a year or two. And Marin taking some damage. They get the flash out of him as well. So a couple flashes on each side burned early on. But will CJ maybe be able to take advantage of Marin with no flash, pre-6?
Well, here comes
the top lane.
The thing is SKT didn't get the freeze down early on right here, so there may be an opportunity for a little bit of a teleport, a large minion wave developing right there. Looks like Shine not going to actually TP, will be walking up with Mad Life and Ambition instead, but good timing. They should catch most of that wave.
So EasyHoon, I believe, just has one game on that Cassiopeia this
yes.
series, and he did win that, of course, pretty resoundingly too.
Yeah, really showed some great aggression, particularly with the ultimate. So Shy going to be collecting a lot of that XP that he may have otherwise missed out on. Marin now got the early XP, but now he's got to deal with this lane freeze and see if anybody's going to be able to help him with this, or if he's going to overextend and maybe allow Ambition some time to make a play.
Yep.
Bengi all the way back in base right now, and they know the support's bottom side, so certainly Ambition does have a bit of a window.
Bit of a quiet game early on, but very nice little lead for Shy in terms of top laners. I'm just really, I mean, there's just so many questions about this one. Is EasyHoon going to play as crazy aggressive as he did in his last game with Cassiopeia? He was like flash ulting people in that game, which is not something you see EasyHoon do very often.
No, but really it was appropriate. He knew his limits nicely. He actually
well.
did set up a lot of those kills. And he doesn't have to be particularly careful in this game either. If he gets a good flash ult in, he should absolutely take it and just let Bang clean up the team fight. And they have enough AoE going on. We'll see what Bang decides to build right here, if he is going to go for the Hurricane or Vamp Scepter or Infinity Edge. A lot of different possible builds. Yep. Ambition.
Knock up onto Ambition, but Mad Life there with the counter knock up to try to keep Bengi safe. Ambition getting very low though. Force the flash, exhausts onto EasyHoon, and Ambition doesn't quite burn down from that Ignite or the poison from Cassiopeia.
So much damage.
Yeah.
Once you get rolling with that poison and the Twin Fangs, so have to be quite careful. Ambition gets caught out, and now SKT will find themselves an opportunity to take this dragon. They do have control over the bottom side of the map right now. Everybody recalling at the same time, so
yeah,
easy
they'll
enough.
get it. No one really able to stop that dragon, and Bang still getting to do some farming down in mid lane. It looks like Shy is going to come up here, throws a Warden, so they will be aware that it's happening, but I don't think CJ is going to get there in time to do anything about this. Yeah, Bang coming up now. And first dragon, really early at 6 minutes, goes to SK Telecom.
Well, that was, they just lost control after a little bit of a failed gank attempt right there, but it's a good read by Bengi, standing in the brush, knowing which side that CJ would be looking to make a play on.
Yeah.
And Shy continuing to get pretty far ahead right here in the bottom side. Though levels are even, and now finally Marin may be able to pick up some CS as the wave has at long last reversed all the way back to SK Telecom's tower.
Yeah, I feel like he's not quite as far behind as he could be. Only about 8 CS down at the moment, so could be worse.
I'm really surprised CJ didn't try a little bit harder to punish him up in the top side, or at least push him out. Yeah, they managed to take away his flash, but that was about it.
Well, I was wondering, you know, when they got that flash early, if that was going to cause some sort of gank to happen, but they never really went for it.
I'm quite surprised, but
yeah.
That said, SKT does have a lot of good wards up in the river. They did get those down early just to make sure they could keep eyes on Ambition, make sure he wasn't going to be leaving either of those jungle entrances in the river to come up into the top side for a gank.
Yep.
Coco looking for, oh, did he see Bengi? Bengi very low.
I don't know. He puts the ward down either way. Bengi was able to get away. Marin extremely low here up in the top lane. He is level 6 though, so it's going to be a bit harder for him to be ganked, even though his flash is down for a couple more seconds. But just seems like CJ doesn't want to go for it.
Nope, not yet. And Marin did go for a double Doran's Ring, so he will be a little bit behind in terms of his build. Has nearly caught up in terms of his farm, however, so be positive for him. Coco having a tough time staying even with EasyHoon here.
Well, I suppose that's not the most surprising thing ever. If you look at a Kassadin. Oh, here we go. Action up in the top lane. Marin pops that ultimate. Mad Life in Space going for it, and Space takes first blood. I guess they just don't need anyone to come gank for him. Mad Life and Space have it covered themselves.
Yeah, Marin without the teleport there, he got a little bit greedy, didn't want to go back.
Yep.
Because he had already used that TP. Shy not even trying to TP up into the top lane for that gank. He'll just be able to continue farming, so
yeah.
CJ in a comfortable position right now. Bengi going after the second red buff.
You know, and they did that too right before Marin's flash came up as well, so really nice timing there, getting him when he was at his most vulnerable.
Yeah, so they ended up making something out of it in the end.
Yeah.
Very, very nicely done by CJ. Good timing.
Silly us, man. We thought that Mad Life needed a jungler to come and make plays for him.
Yeah, seriously.
We didn't know who we were talking about.
That's what you get when you disbelieve God.
Forgive us, Mad Life. Even if you're not playing Blitzcrank. Maybe someday. Maybe we'll see it again someday. EasyHoon, yeah, massively ahead in CS over Coco at the moment, 33.
Yeah, this is going to be really worrying because Cassiopeia is such a high damage mid laner in terms of team fighting, and so she gets rolling early with this tier. The fact that she has gone for the tier and is still managing to deal as much damage to Coco as she has is quite impressive. Coco going to be scaling as well, so EasyHoon definitely going to be having an advantage in terms of mid lane power for the foreseeable future. Be up to Space, who got that first blood, and he hits that Trinity Force power spike to kind of drag Coco through this one and hope he can make it into the late game. Obviously, CJ does have a lot of tools to deal with the Cassiopeia, though. Of course, they can get onto her with 3 different champions out of top, mid, and jungle. So EasyHoon is going to have a hard time staying alive considering his lack of mobility.
Twin Fangs, man, that is a lot of damage.
Very annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, you have to be very confident in your ability to dodge that poison so you don't get it constantly reset on your face.
Yep. 2v2 now in the spot lane. Space with a kill, though. He's already got that Sheen done. The Phage is nearly done as well, but Bang with his BF sword should be able to keep up. But here comes Ambition.
And the scrying lens was just used on that brush and river, so they're not going to suspect that Ambition is there. Well, they've got a lot of deep wards in. And speaking of deep wards, SK Telecom again, look how many wards they get into the enemy side of the jungle. And that was right before the lane swap coming in from CJ as well. So they timed it nearly perfectly. SK Telecom getting the wards in while they still had a strong side advantage with their 80 carrying support on the bottom side of the map. And then when the swap came over and Ambition could walk into that side of the jungle again, here we go.
Ambition with the ultimate. I don't know what he was expecting really with that one. EasyHoon was already pretty far back.
And they knew he was there. Again, the wards, seeing him exactly. And just a great timing. Bengi's been so on point in terms of dealing with these wards. And that's a great read on the lane swap. You have to anticipate when they're going to move back. And if you're SKT, well, you know what they're doing is trying to dodge your duo lane pre-6 until Corki gets those rockets and can harass you at a very safe range and start getting that Sheen for the additional damage as well. And, you know, they managed to execute it beautifully. So that means that SKT, knowing the timing, was going to be able to track that Rengar, and it really worked out for them. So
yeah, it's kind of a return to form for SKT from what we saw in the first half of the first round of the tournament. They really have tightened up their play in their last 2 matches specifically.
Yeah, Bengi going for the early Sightstone again, Ambition building into damage, but he hasn't been able to make a play work yet. It's been a passive lane swap game, and it's mostly just been a lot about a lot of these mind games.
Yeah.
Seeing who can get more information.
Yeah, Marin down a little bit in CS, and he does have that 1 death to Shy, but that really shouldn't impact a whole lot long term. I'm just wondering what's going to happen with the second dragon that just came up now. You know, are we going to see CJ make a play for this one? Teleports up for both top laners. Looks like SKT wants to maybe see if they can get a pick first, and that'll lead to a dragon.
Yeah, they don't have vision up on the high ground, though. Now the ward's been placed.
Yep.
They were just waiting to see if they could time it while if they thought Coco was walking over.
Right.
And then chain some CC over the wall, but it's not going to happen. Instead, they're going to go after the crab.
Kalista just gives you so much vision over the river in your own jungle and in situations like this. Looks like they might lose their bot turret, though, to Space, rather. Almost said Captain Jack. I'm just going to, like, attribute every dead turret to Captain Jack at this point. Good job, Captain Jack.
Well, he used to be a CJ player.
That is true, yeah. Not too far off. Although, he didn't play with Mad Life. Knock up onto Ambition here. Wolf coming down. If you can get him with the death sentence, there's a flash from Ambition. And this could lead. Yeah, immediately Bang starts the dragon. And I think SKT has a pretty good chance at this one. And this would be 2 dragons already for SK Telecom if they can pull this off.
Really nicely done. Again, Wolf and Bengi working together. Look at the wards coming in onto that dragon side. They're able to catch Ambition out and chunk him out one more time. Ambition's Rengar really hasn't been particularly useful, and they're going to get another turret off of this as well. EasyHoon just going to hop onto the Lantern and find himself safely back up the lane. So SKT playing this out really nicely so far.
Yeah.
Even though they are at that gold deficit, they've managed to get those 2 dragons, and EasyHoon is really rolling right now. Bang will be going for the Bloodthirster first, it would appear. Not my favorite build unless you're super far ahead.
And he's certainly not.
No.
Yeah,
No, he's not.
Down in CS, no kills. Yep. I wouldn't call that ahead. And CJ takes a bit of a turret lead as well, too. So it will be a lot on EasyHoon to be able to continue to sort of snowball his lane. And they're going to go after Shy. Looks like Shy ults out, gets slowed by the box after his ultimate finishes. And Wolf and Bang just doing a lot of damage. Nice death sentence at the very end. And Shy with no flash. That teleport Ignite Hecarim does have a bit of vulnerability if you catch him in lane like that.
Right, great wrap around the backside, getting the ultimate out and saving a lot of that crowd control, the play, and the death sentence in order to hunt him down at the end.
Yep. Doing a much better job of hunting people down than Ambition is on Rengar in this game, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, this Rengar pick, we've seen it work really well for Ambition before, but that's when he's had a lot of tools to speed him up.
Oh, and Bengi.
The last time CJ ran this Rengar, it was with Orianna in the mid lane and Lulu in the top side.
I feel like running Rengar without any sort of, really good speed boost does kind of nerf it a little bit.
I agree. I don't think it's a strong pick unless it's in very specific compositions right now at the professional level.
I mean, if you think about the options that were open to Ambition, though, it was, as far as what we've seen him play, it was really just Lee Sin or maybe Kha'Zix or something like that. He didn't really have the
I disagree. I think Ambition could play Nidalee right here because he used to be a very good Nidalee mid player. I don't see any problem with that. That's something that he does have a lot of practice with.
That's a good point.
And could feel very comfortable on.
It's a good point. Shy going back into lane now. And Marin, the first one to upgrade his trinket on the SKT side.
That's a pretty early upgrade, but
yeah,
really going to be quite necessary. That gets you so many more wards over the course of the game. Ambition gets caught out.
Yes, he does, and there's a Cataclysm, no flash this time, and Wolf hits him with the death sentence. That is going to be, yes, it will be a dead Ambition. A kill going to EasyHoon, further propelling him ahead. Shy just going to push up that bot lane now, I guess.
Doing what he can to keep on farming, but...
Yeah, they do have teleport advantage for the moment. Marin used his.
Ambition has just done nothing this game. I mean, part of that has been the great warding from SK Telecom, but just some very strange decisions. I was very quick to praise the SKT warding in the bottom side right before the swap back into the 2v2 lane occurred, but part of that is knowing that when the enemy has control over that side of the jungle in a lane swap, that there's a likelihood for wards to be down there, and ulting out of the bottom side jungle, when teams know how to ward around Rengar, they ward deeper than normal just so they can catch him at the start of his ult, or at least anticipate where he's going, because otherwise he just walks invisibly right over those green wards. And Ambition decide to gamble a little bit right there, and he paid for it with the failure of that first gank, and otherwise has found himself caught out, resulting in a dragon being given up now, as well as his own death once. So he really needs to make something work right here, but with the ward coverage that SK Telecom has and the way they continually play the bottom side of the map only, SKT not getting too cocky on other parts of the map. As you'll notice, they just want to control one side and only make plays onto that side, and it's working out really nicely.
Yeah. EasyHoon is nearly 60 CS up on Coco right now too, so he's really doing a great job of continuing to extend that lead, and now that he's got a kill too, and he is getting a bit terrifying. Quick Abyssal Scepter for him as well, it looks like. Dragging up in 120. Ambition trying to chase down Bengi, but he's not going to catch him, and that ult is down now. Yeah, Ambition not finding a lot of luck with this Rengar this game.
Look how conservative SKT is playing in the top lane. They just had Callista there push out just a tad bit before heading back down. They're taking very few risks. Marin pushing out again right into Shy's Hecarim, but without further vision up inside the Tri-Brush or any in the river right now, they are quite afraid of what could be coming in. Marin going for a trade, but immediately backing off after that. He does have Bengi there to back him up if necessary.
Yep. I think SKT just really wants that third dragon. I mean, if they can get 3 dragons this quickly while CJ has 0, the pressure is starting to get pretty intense in that situation.
Right, but they they're not giving up too much for it. Yeah, they just got a bunch of wards cleared out. CJ did manage to finally get some vision inside of SKT's bottom side jungle. Still waiting, and EasyHoon right there goes back for the Archangels.
Yeah, already has 2 items built, as opposed to just a Rod of Ages and the Seeker's Arm Guard for Coco right now.
CJ's got to do something about this. They can't keep letting these dragons go for free, but it's quite scary to fight against EasyHoon at the moment.
Yeah.
Teleport still not up for Marin, so CJ could make a very aggressive play right here if they so chose.
Well, it'll be up for Marin to stop Shy from teleporting. And they're going to grab Mad Life, bringing people in on the Lantern. Mad Life pushes people away with the ultimate, but he's going to get caught. Into the Cataclysm he goes, and Ambition trying to take down Bengi now. Space firing a couple of his own rockets, and Coco coming into the fight. Bang, coming down, he loads up the ultimate. They miss with it, though. It looks like Space went over the wall with his flash. This is all, again, setting up another dragon for SK Telecom. Oh, Shy came down with his teleport. SKT, though, like we saw earlier, playing conservatively. They want the objective. They don't need the fight right now.
Now, it was a good flank right there from Shy. He did force the flash out of EasyHoon, but
yeah,
they're all coming in from one direction right now. This sets them up for a really easy Cassiopeia ultimate, and CJ will have to back off. They lost the angle, but Wolf right there waiting with the Lantern to deny the flank after the flash from EasyHoon. So EasyHoon makes a bit of a positional error, but does manage to recover.
Well, he also managed to save his ultimate through all that as well, too. So yeah, that meant that positional mistake for CJ was something that SKT could still capitalize on.
End of the day. Third dragon for SKT now. This is really getting out of hand. When they got that 6-minute dragon and have been taking them so consistently afterwards, it's really putting this game on a
Marin
short clock.
caught up a little bit. And wow, he goes back in with the twisted advance. Can his team get anything out of this? Coco getting low. Death Sentence does connect with Ambition, but no real follow-up. I think Marin thought a few of his teammates were a bit closer to that one.
Well, also part of the issue was EasyHoon actually just whiffed his Cassiopeia ult right there, so didn't get any of the damage down. Saved it a bit overly long, so wasn't able to make the conclusive play. But, you know, that's not going to be the end of the world. SKT still with a pretty large lead at the moment.
I'd say so.
And they've got that late game scaling advantage as well, so
looks like they're going to be able to
should be just fine.
Yep. Red buff for Bang. And he should have enough money to pick something up at this point, or he should be getting close anyway.
Yeah, look at that pressure from SKT as well. That allows Bengi to take his red in return. Nobody really there to fight that at all.
Yep.
After we did see CJ overstay their welcome in the top side. They may not have...
double catalyst for Marin right now.
Ooh, that's a mistake.
Yeah, I don't think you really need that.
He's following the wisdom of Gank by Mom, doubling up items.
That's
double
right.
Void Staff, double Zonius for Gank by Mom so far this season. Mistakes both times. Marin's getting in on it.
He just really, wants to build the double catalyst item that, Riot's been designing for so long, and they just haven't put it in the game yet. I'm sure it's coming eventually. Marin's just looking into the future, man. He's
going for, I don't know, Righteous Glory and Rod of Ages.
Yes.
Mar doesn't even realize what's going on yet.
I don't think he
Look at my
notices.
pretty rocks.
Hey, don't be distracted by the rocks that he's got. He's still Marin from the block, man.
He's still Marin from the block.
Yeah. That's right. Used to have a little, now he's got a lot of catalysts. Yeah.
Okay, well, Shy going to be alone underneath the turret. Wolf and Bengi thinking better about that die. Space split pushing very nicely right now. Marin did go back, still double catalyst.
Well, what can you do at this point? CJ takes that tier 2. SK Telecom still pushing that top lane, though. They've got that nice pink ward at the blue buff of CJ. It's going to keep Bang and Wolf a bit on the safe side.
2 rings, 2 rocks. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So he buys all of his items in 2s these days.
Well, he can't get the double shroud. He's going to have to sell his merc treads for that, I guess. Well, he needs 2 boots. I mean, he's got 2 feet, right?
Double Merc Tread, double Home Guard enchant.
Yep.
Let's
He's
do
gonna
it.
be moving so fast. Good thing Heckrib's not getting that. He would need 4. 4 boots.
It'd be pretty awkward. He should just get horseshoes. Where's
A lucky horseshoe.
lucky horseshoes? Where are those?
Yeah.
You can't wear conventional boots.
Come on, Rito. It's really unfair to Hecarim players.
Question is, what does Cassiopeia use?
Oh, yeah.
Do they have some sort of special snake grease?
Like a body sock, maybe, or something like that? I don't know. It's a sleeping bag. Just like slips into it. Body grease.
Snake grease.
Snake grease.
Slither extra quickly.
It sounds like something one of our ancestors sold in the Old West or something. I don't know.
Not snake oil, though.
Snake grease.
Snake grease makes your snakes go faster for your snake races.
That's right. Of course.
If you have a, if you're running an illegal snake racing ring,
See, I just have a
snake grease.
I just use an anaconda because then it just stretches out and it's already at the finish line. Boom, easy. I've got the snake race thing beat. Easy snake, easy life.
Well, this has not been a very exciting game, has it, though?
No, it's been pretty boring. We're talking about snake grease, man. Oh, all right, Mad Life. No flash. Well, now he has a flash. Well, now he doesn't have a flash, rather.
I think you just
Used it. Where did he flash to exactly? I didn't see him move, but it went on cooldown. Just seems like he kind of flashed in place a little bit there.
He had the backup at the very least, so did
Yes.
get chunked out, but with 50 seconds still to go, there's a lot more work that can be done. Bengi gonna dodge a bunch of skill shots right there, and
I
then
guess so.
take the lantern out.
Dragon in 40. SKT set up to take their fourth, and it doesn't look like there's really anything CJ's been able to do about it this game. Mad
They
Life
have to do something.
Well, they have to now, yeah.
Oh, Barin sold one of his catalysts for another rock, Frozen Heart.
Okay. Well, there's not enough, like, tree-oriented items in League of Legends, you know?
Yeah, no clubs.
Yep, that's right. Well, there's a Brutalizer.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of Brutalizers on Maokai, though.
All right.
Attack speed AD Maokai.
The dream.
Sounds like a Chober build, doesn't it?
Well,
Here we go, fourth Dragon, and CJ is in position. They started. SK Telecom.
well, they don't have control over the Scuttler, though. They do have
Yeah.
some nice vision.
SKT.
SKT not really sweeping that out at all either.
Well, SKT, we'll see if they can test it. They're getting in, yeah. They'll just go ahead and start the Dragon themselves. Marin zoning a bit. Bengi as well, and it does go over to SKT. Here comes Yelp from Shy. Doesn't really catch many people with it, though. Ambition jumps in, gets blown up immediately. There's a heal. Doesn't keep Ambition alive for too long. A flay from Wolf brings in for the double kill for EasyHoon. Marin low backs away. A triple kill for EasyHoon. Are we done yet? Space tries to get away, pops that summoner heal just to try to make it out after the flash. Gets caught anyway. There's a quadra for EasyHoon, and it looks like Coco's too far away. He's going to deny the penta.
Scumbag Cassidy, always escaping.
You might be able to catch him yet. No, there's a ward. Well,
No,
he's
he's
not
got
gonna
way
get
too
it.
much mana for Rift Walk. And he has
well.
Rift Walk up. And he has Flash, so
And
there's
Riftwalk still works, so.
Rift Walk isn't nerfed into oblivion yet.
Yeah.
So that'll be it. But CJ
Well.
deciding that that was the fight they wanted to take, apparently. Not sure I agree with that. You see Marin right here. Look at the engage from Shy and Ambition. Marin immediately hopping on top of space, though, making it very difficult for him to do anything. And all that peel from SK Telecom giving EasyHoon really free reign, even through the exhaust,
Yeah.
to get a lot of damage down. Very nicely played team fight by SK Telecom.
And bang. All he needs is one auto here. He's going to, I believe he popped the summoner heal to catch up and get the slow.
He did indeed.
Yep.
Bang enabling that.
Good
And
job, Bang.
EasyHoon just having a great game.
Yeah, Death Cap now and another blasting wand on top of it. Just kind of cruising along. He's a well-greased snake this time.
Oh boy.
Just sliding through the rift, I guess.
Sliding through the rift. And he's
Yeah,
doing enough.
Ambition coming in with the ultimate. I don't know if they're going to catch anyone. They get the double slow from Cassidy. He's going to go in down to EasyHoon. EasyHoon a bit low. Shy comes from the side, and they will manage to catch EasyHoon. Ambition still coming in, so there we go. Finally caught that EasyHoon. Shy a bit low here. Bengi's going to lock him up for the moment with the ult. That was a bit overly bold. Marin coming in from the side. They're going to try to flank this and fight it 4v5, I guess. Knock up onto Marin. Shy comes in again. He's going to get CC'd. Goes into the box. Shy a bit low now. Coco dodges the death sentence from Wolf, though. Oh, but Ambition gets hit with the QE combo from Jarvan. He's going to be in big trouble space, firing a couple rockets from the outside, but it looks like CJ is going to lose their jungler yet again. A double kill now for Marin, and Bang is able to hop his way out. A hop, skip, and a jump, and a lantern, and he's safe.
And I really like the engage there from SK Telecom, the re-engage. Bengi tied them up long enough to get them to deal a little bit of extra damage, almost like a little bit of a mind game right there, because they stuck around. That allowed Marin time to get into the back line. But the thing about CJ is, without the Hecarim and Rengar ultimates up, there's really nothing they can do about Bang just autoing them forever from the back. Everyone else has so much peel available that Marin easily able to zone people out while the autos rain in from Bang.
Yeah.
That makes it not so difficult for them to pick up a further couple of kills right there. And Bang,
a little bit out of range.
Not quite hitting Coco. Was a blind shot, so.
It's pretty accurate for a blind shot, too. Lee Sin would be proud. Yeah, this game, though, it's been kind of a story of SK Telecom controlling the Dragon and CJ just not doing a lot in general.
Right. And I feel like CJ did have some prime advantages that were handed to them early in this game, particularly because of the lack of a freeze from SKT early on during the lane swap. And they also could have tried to make some plays up onto Marin in the top side as a result of him overextending thanks to the freeze from CJ. But it seems like a bit of botched jungle pressure early, and since Rengar never really got anyone rolling, and EasyHoon was just pretty much free farming, and he was free farming in a very heavily winning matchup. Coco getting bullied out of lane, and now you see the results of that. EasyHoon is enormous.
Yeah, you got to wonder how things would be different if Coco had gone with that Lulu after all, huh?
Yeah, I think the Lulu would have been a very interesting pickup, at least in terms of the synergy with this composition. Would it have done enough damage combined with the Corki in the late game? I'm not sure, but
well, I think it would have been able to help Coco stay relevant, you know? It would have been able to farm a bit anyway. They're going to try to catch some people. Marin zoning a bit. Yeah, they're going to bring in Bengi rather with the Lantern. Marin push back just a little bit. They're going to go in onto Ambition space, shredding people with that Gatling gun. Wolf comes in. He's going to flay after the Callista ultimate. That's an easy kill onto the AD carry for CJ. Oh, the Death Sentence barely misses Ambition. But just more SK Telecom just kind of dominating CJ at the moment. It's been a pretty one-sided game.
Yeah, not much to say. Start off slowly, but SKT has made all the right moves. Their vision was excellent early on. It allowed them to play this map and could dictate the tempo of this game.
Oh, right onto Ambition again. The disengage. Everybody leaps out of the Baron pit. They're going to take out the jungler. Mad Life ults, but he's got no one around to help him. Coco Zonius before he goes down. Bang with another kill. There's Shy gets grabbed by yet another death sentence of Bengi. Just dancing with Mad Life in the back until he finally decides to stop playing with his food. And there's an easy Baron for SK Telecom after pretty much an ace. Space had already been dead for a little while, so that is it. And SK Telecom, they look pretty primed to end this one fairly early. 10,000 gold ahead, 4 dragons, a Baron.
Yeah.
What more do you need?
Space already dead right there. They did catch out Ambition with the hook. It's pretty easy cleanup. Mad Life does blow a lot of people out of the Cataclysm. Coco got hit by EasyHoon's ultimate though, and there's a summoner heal coming in just to make sure that EasyHoon stayed alive, and certainly does, and that makes for a very fast, very easy Baron.
Bengi flashes in, and they try to ult Callista. There's a nice play, though, with Wolf. Wolf has done such a good job of following up after the Callista ultimate. Even if he doesn't hit with the knockup, he's able to be in range for a flay, and it's been very, very good for SK Telecom. And there's Dragon number 5.
And give some credit to Bengi. He flashed for the shield slow, so the slow off of his W in order to set up the Callista ult. All of SK Telecom's engages this game have been very clean.
Yeah. Man, this is much more of a severe beating than I thought we would see. I was going to give CJ the edge. Coco taking a lot of damage from Bang. I was going to give CJ the edge coming into this one, but I did not think it was going to be this one-sided.
Well, you'd think that CJ, now that they wouldn't have to be dealing with the Gnar pick anymore, would have put up a little bit more of a fight right here, but instead they just delay all of those dragons. And
a couple turrets going down, a little bit of split pushing from Marin, and You know, Shy was quick to jump on the Hecarim hype train, but it is not working out too well for him this game.
Yeah, 5 Dragon Stacks should be able to end this game pretty quickly. 5 Dragon Stacks in 33 minutes.
Yeah.
Very, very fast.
And a Baron.
And a Baron. Yeah, don't forget the Baron too.
Yeah. And this is going to take the bot inhibitor and
in
play it a
terms
bit
of
safe.
objective control, this is just total domination. CJ very lost. Let's see if they can pick it up in game 2 because this one has been a bit of a blowout.
Yeah. And they're going to go on to Coco again. Coco not making it out, I don't think. Well, Rift walks away, but a turret goes down in the back lines. Bengi gets out. There's another catch up to space.
Nicely done.
Wow.
Banks' Kalista ults with Wolf have been so good.
Yeah, definitely. Like we just talked about, he's been able to get in range for flays, for boxes. You know, not many of the Kalista ults have connected for the knockup like that one did, but he's been able to use every single one. He gets close enough every time. And Easy Hoon, Fountains apparently do not matter anymore.
Oh,
what? Are you kidding me? Wow, that's a lot of damage. That is an 11-1-2 Cassiopeia. That is a dead Nexus, and that is a very one-sided win for SK Telecom. GG.
That is an 11-1-2 Cassiopeia with Baron and an additional 12% AP as well. So
Yeah.
just absolutely terrifying. Easy Hoon.
Easy Hoon, easy life, man.
That's right. Easy
Look at him at the
Hoon,
end of that
easy
game.
life.
Didn't even look like he cared at the end of that one. He's like, yeah, what do you expect, you know?
Impressive play. But
Seriously.
that said, really, I mean, it was a lot of CJ just doing nothing.
Yeah.
They were given a lot of opportunities, and I feel in the early game that they decided not to take, and they made plays onto the wrong lanes at the wrong time. Didn't respect the warding from SKT, but SKT's warding continues to be amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
their vision control is so good in their last couple series. It is very impressive.
You know, credit to Bang, too. He seemed to play a lot more stably than we saw in his last couple matches. Wolf was very solid, that bot lane working as well as it had early on. And just in general, even with the roster swaps here, SK Telecom looking like they're very much back on track and a firm second-place team in Korea right now, even if the rankings don't say that yet.
Well, CJ has some adjustments to make. We'll see if they can get that Rek'Sai, which has been one of their preferred pickups in their last series, and maybe make something out of it. I'm surprised they decided to ban that Veigar themselves, although they may have to ban it again because we have seen SK Telecom straight up first pick it.
Yeah, true enough. I'm sure Wolf would be happy to do that as well. And Shy, yeah, the Hecarim, maybe not the best thing, but we'll see.
He had an
what
early
they,
advantage.
He did, but then he just didn't do anything with it, you know?
Well, it was really up to the rest of his team to try and keep down their top laner based on the lack of a freeze.
Well, we will see.